Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Tra-la-la! I just love saying that. Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, is an animated movie that's coming out next Friday, and is this movie good? But I'm gonna say, God, this is a pretty decent enough kids movie. I feel like it's a movie that doesn't really transcend to a family movie, but it's just right there in that pocket for kids to watch. Adults will be able to power through it in parts. There's enough in it for adults, unless you're just one of those like hardcore American dads that's just like, nope, it's not enough America in this movie for me. No, the kids will be able to go into it, they'll be able to watch it and have a good time with it, and dad won't fully want to kill himself afterwards. But if you do take dad to go see this, then make sure you treat him good for Father's Day. With that being said, look at the protocols. I believe that Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, it comes out in theaters next Friday. Here's what you know about the movie. Here we go. About adding the movie. The movie stars Kevin Hart and Tom Middleship as our two main characters. I really like their two characters in the movie. They really do play off each other really well. They have really good chemistry as these two best friends. I just like to goof around. They pretty much are the same person. They really are two BFFs. That worked in the movie really good. I felt the chemistry between them was spot on. I was like, Kevin Hart is clearly Kevin Hart as a little 8-year-old boy, but okay. Ed Helms as Captain Underpants himself, I did like him too. I felt like he had good chemistry with the other characters, and the voice acting for him as Captain Underpants, I want to say Captain America so bad. He was good in the movie too. More or less, the voice acting overall was pretty good, pretty decent. Moving on. In the movie, more or less, that, like I said, you have Kevin Hart and Tom's character, and pretty much your two kids who just like to play pranks on the principal and the teachers in this school because their school sucks. So one day they decided, let's make the ultimate prank. So the principal pretty much just like, you know what, I had enough of you two shitheads, I'm gonna split you two apart. So of course, Kevin Hart can't have that. So Kevin Hart ends up hypnotizing the principal into thinking that he's a superhero, and he ends up becoming Captain Underpants, and thus, here's your movie. Kevin Hart hypnotizes the principal, becomes Captain Underpants, and then shenanigans ensue, and then this other bad dude comes on the scene, and now it's up to Captain Underpants to save the day. For the movie, I'm gonna say that the animation, of course, is pretty good. You know, it was the same animation style that was done in the Peanuts movie. It was good in that movie, so it was good in this movie too. It worked. But the comedy in the movie, I know comedy is subjective, but I'm gonna say that the meta humor in this movie was actually pretty good, and it really helped between our two main characters. Because the way they bounce off meta humor and they realize that, yeah, this is a movie clearly that you're watching, that was really good. You know, I love that Deadpool humor, so that was in the movie too. I felt that worked really well. That's gonna gel well with the adults in the theater. The kids just go over their head. One of the biggest cons I gotta say about the movie though is the fact that this movie is called Captain Underpants, but Captain Underpants is only in it for about 45% of the movie. It's really like a good pockets in the movie, and one big pocket towards the end. I was just like, Captain Underpants is not on screen. It really is just about these two people. Well, not that they're not fun to see on screen, but we came here to see Captain Underpants, and there's no underpantsing. As a matter of fact, I'll say it takes 45 minutes into the movie before we actually see Captain Underpants appear on screen. You know, do the tra-la-la. Yeah, and when he's not on screen, you kind of sit back and notice, like, oh, he's not here. And that also leads to the other half of the comedy in the movie. A lot of the humor in the movie is toilet, juvenile, lowbrow humor. That's for appeal to the kids, and it does work for the kids, but that also is what keeps the movie from being more of a family movie. It keeps it right there in that Saturday morning slapstick kids movie. I mean, something the kids can just watch and just power through and just, you know, keep them occupied while you're vacuuming or something. And I will say, for a movie that's only like an hour and 30 minutes long, I felt like because the movie dragged on a little bit towards the end, I was like, this movie feels a bit 20 minutes longer than it needs to be. But at the end of the day, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, is still a decent enough kids movie for your kids to power through and everything. They'll be able to watch it and have a good time with it. But the voice acting in the movie was great. The animation in the movie was really good. It does have good messages about, you know, friendship and, you know, not being alone and everything. So that's in the movie too. There's enough in it for the kids to watch it and be like, yep, that's what I like. That being said, I'm gonna say that Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, is indeed a 5 out of 10, which is a good time, one time only. And always, guys, subscribe. Until next time.